Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen and viewers at home. Welcome to the very first edition of Issues That Matter. This is a program that will be coming your way every week from this day on. The purpose of this program is to help us discuss issues that concern our community, especially the African American community. From time to time, we shall be gathering eminent Nigerians, eminent Africans who have prospered and succeeded in their various fields of interest. And we'll be asking them how issues that matter to us can be better put at the front burner so that you don't get lost. Directly ahead of me, I have a good friend and an upward mobile technocrat. He is into policy making as well as conflict resolution. Please help me welcome Honorable Uche Bonilai from the. You're welcome, sir. And next to him is a man who has traversed the states, New Jersey and probably beyond. He's a public accountant, an academician, and a leader in this community. He has led at the highest level various organizations, and today I'm introducing to you Honorable Dr. Sir Alphonsus Owunzurike. Next to him is a man that needs no introduction. The Nigerian community is agog whenever they hear his name. He's a philanthropist, he's an architect, he's a humanist, he is an organizer. When I say organizer, I mean he is always present whenever you call him, and the grassroots recognize him for that. Please help me welcome Sir Clement Eze. Sitting right next to me is the very first African-born, Nigerian-born in the whole of the United States to become deputy mayor. And he is the deputy mayor of the great city of Newark. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Honorable Deputy Mayor. You are all welcome. The topic we'll be discussing today has been wrapped up under community issues. When we say community issues, you know it encompasses a lot. We'll try to do justice to it today, see how far we can flog that topic, and we'll be looking for solution to issues that we raise. So I'm going to start from my very close pal. The Deputy Mayor, this question is for you. In your position, how can Africans in New Jersey and especially Essex County be engaged to do business here rather than outside? Can you give us your take on that?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. That's a very good question. And that's a question that we always try to address from my office, from the mayor's office. In the city of Newark, where I serve as the deputy mayor in charge of international relations and diaspora affairs. So a lot of Africans do come to us, not just Africans, a lot of foreigners, foreign investors. So the first thing we tell them in the city of Newark, we have a lot of incentives. There are various incentives that we give. One of them, the easiest one is the first one is like tax abatement when you're coming to the city. That's the one that catches everybody's eyes. But there are other ones, like if you're bringing a business, set up a factory in the city of Newark, which a lot of our foreign Asian investors are doing in the city of Newark. if you're hiring certain number of Newark residents, you get a waiver on employment taxes, your employee taxes.
Okay.
So we waive that for you, the portion that goes to the city. Other ways is there are other like areas that we can stay you or give you to kind of like develop and set up whatever it is that you want to do. But before even that, I want to appeal to our diaspora African residents of the city of Newark or SS County to just simply get involved. So you can't do it from afar. You need to get involved, especially those that reside in New Jersey. Get involved in local politics. Like now we're having a re-election campaign for, I hope I can plug that in, so for my Evo mayor. So it doesn't matter who you want to vote for, or it doesn't matter who you support, but get involved. Your voice being heard is very important, because I'm here today because I got involved. So by being an insider, you can now get information and share the information also. Just like a lot of folks have approached me, because I am inside there to get information on what to do. So that's
not to cut you off, Mr. Mayor. You talked about tax incentives because I know a lot of Africans who want to do business, not just in Newark but in New Jersey generally. What efforts have you made to sensitize the community? Because I believe there are people who want to do business in this community, but they don't know that they have access to tax incentives. Is there any way you can avail them of that information?
Well, the only way we can avail them of that information, again, is by having our organization. We Africans have a lot of organizations, and several times we invited them to things that we do. Because from time to time we have outreach programs. We have the Newark African Commission, which is a very active commission, and you have Africans that serve there. So one of the commissioners is in charge of commerce and industry. So it is their job to get into the community and spread the word, give outreach, conduct outreach programs, and have our people hear what we can do. Because no matter what the mayor does, no matter what the city does, if the information doesn't get out there, our people like to sit back and wait for the information to come to their various homes. So, but you need to utilize what we have. So we have a lot of organizations that we are too much into the socializing, social events, but when it comes to the real deal, things that will sustain us in this community, we are not doing so good about that. So the appeal that I'm going to make here is for us to take advantage of the organizations that we have. Whether it's Aksana, whether it's NIDO, whatever it is, let's begin to get into the nitty-gritty of business in the communities that we are in.
Thank you so much, Honorable Deputy Mayor. I will segue into some of the issues you raised while I call on Sir Clem. Sir Clement Eze, the Deputy Mayor has indicted us all. Please, a point of information here. I happen to be the current PRO of Nigerians in the Diaspora Organization, which is the umbrella body for all Nigerian organizations outside of Nigeria. And at the same time, I am also the PRO of Abia Imo State Association of Nigeria in the Americas. Sir Clem, you used to be the president of Abia Imo State Association of Nigeria in the Americas. He has indicted us now. I know you are no longer the president, but how can we sensitize our community to take advantage of some of the incentives that he has mentioned? And give us your own opinion on that.
Thank you, moderator, and thank you, my fellow panelists and our distinguished brothers and also sister. We thank you all for being a part of this historic event. I am not surprised that the deputy mayor indicted us, because this is one of the things that I personally, when I led the some organization, which was about 10 years or thereabout ago. We tried to build a community-based organization that is driven by not only ideology but also being pragmatic. See, on my end, I am both an ideologue as well as being a pragmatist. And I will explain what I mean by that in my own sense. I led the Isana organization through pragmatism, where I got elected as an ideologue with ideas of what I wanted my community to benefit from. My ideas, employment, profession, and the people that I have met through all walks of life. Now, how is it that an organization such as Isana, 10, 12 years ago, we had over 1,000 people, membership strength. Today, the organization has weighted down. It's not because our people like a place to associate with our form. And I think over the years, what happens is that those who succeeded us after we left office, you see that they came into office with other set of ideas. Some of them are not driven primarily home, bringing our people much closer. Now, going back to what my deputy mayor said about the city of Newark. It's not only happening in the city of Newark. You go to other cities, the Oranges, from East Orange, South Orange, West Orange, they have, and including Arlington, Jersey City, even my own city where I live in Edison. Nearly every city has a plan and a program to attract businesses, small or large. The question is that how much of our people are interested in that? See, I've always felt this way. You can have all the economic strength you want. You can have all the money in the world. It takes one political decision to wipe you out.
That's right.
So if you don't get involved when the decisions are being made or being a part of the individuals that drive the decisions that are being made, your wealth is all for nothing. You can't secure them forever. So our people have seen politics as more of an obligation. Let it be for those individuals that want to waste away their time because they have the time in the world. When I governed Isana, we traveled from one part of New Jersey to another, going to babysitting, homeless shelters, waykeeping, and you name it all. We weren't doing that because we were looking for what to do. We were doing it because we were trying to build a community. And if that community hasn't come to embrace the very essence of why we have to gather ourselves together, not just because our friends, our brothers and sisters lack. There are no lack of ideas in the Igbo community. As a matter of fact, there's still plenty of them. The question is, how do we harness this? And I go back again, I keep repeating myself in the areas of politics. I'm not a politician, I'm an architect, as you clearly pointed out. But I have been around politicians enough. I have involved myself in the game of politics, whether it's here in New Jersey or in New York, where I currently work. And I have seen that politics can drive business, can bring in business. It can also push business away. Our folks, our brothers and sisters, have not made it a point of being a part of the politics. And in part, that is why, one, we like the ideas of at least the process on how to begin to harness all the things, the program that each one of these cities that I mentioned to you have for us. Other ones are doing it, the Indians are doing it, Jamaicans are doing it. And as a matter of fact, I have more Jamaicans, subcontractors in my line of work today. I have not only but one Nigerian that has been involved in my business.
Not to cut you off, Sir Clement, what solution would you provide right now? You know, there are these communities, they have, these organizations have current leaders. Is there a way that you can put together these ideas as solutions so that it can be handed over to them and let's see how we can change our community.
Yes, I think I have almost given up trying to encourage men and women of my own generation. And thankfully, we have the younger ones, those who have joined us in this part of the world the last 10, 15 years. And I am hopeful. I've seen a lot of things that come out of them, ideas. They went from doing things that were more of passion when they started. They are making entrepreneurship out of them, and I'm encouraged. I also think that they will be the ones that will lead. They have actually started to lead. They are doing it already. The question is how to carry everybody along. And that's some of the things that we try to do in my own days, trying to carry most of the community along. But I think that the younger ones have a better chance and a better opportunity, and quite frankly, they work together. I've seen them in various events, and I see how they move around, they talk to each other, they share ideas. Those were the things that were lacking before. I believe that the current generation can do a lot more. Now, on our part, as to those, the forerunners of this whole the trade, we can actually begin to encourage them as well, not to talk down on what they are doing. Just remember one thing, we all start out from somewhere, and it doesn't matter how long ago that was when you started. The question is how were you able to harness those ideas and bring and carry everybody along. I strongly believe in my heart that the younger folks that I have seen in the last 2 or 3 years, they were more energetic. Of course, obviously, they have more energy. They have more ideas. They are willing to step into areas that our own generation were unwilling to. And for very obvious reasons, we have children, we have wives, we have other problems. The younger ones, quite frankly, they have less of those things that worry me or worry Honorable Mayor or even Dr. R. So they are willing to go out there and open up their wings and fly more. Now, the more of that they do, we encourage them to carry everybody along. And again, not just carry everybody along, but making sure that even the least of our brethren, the ones that could not afford, have no strength to give, have no ideas on what to start to do, share ideas with them. They are doing that already. That's one.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take off from where we stopped. My question goes to you, Honorable Uchebonilai Fondo. Being very close to the youth, I see you at various fora, either speaking or admonishing, but I see that you're very close to the youth. How have you been able to use your closeness to the youth to educate them on the issues that will benefit them, especially as they are moving taking over from those who are living the same? Can you give us your opinion, please?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator, and I want to appreciate the members, the distinguished members of this panel, and the learned ladies and gentlemen in the audience. I always get that question, why the youths are not as involved in the diaspora and community affairs. And I want to start with pointing out that this particular platform that we have today, that we're using to communicate, is an initiative of a youth. And that is a plus. I also want to answer your very salient question in 3 levels. I want to look at it from a human perspective. Also want to look at it from a systems perspective. And then lastly, I want to look at it from an organizational perspective. First, human perspective. I want to use the ecological theory of how human beings behave. And I want to draw it to the microsystem of this theory, which presupposes that a person's environment shapes how they behave. That means whoever is directly related to you, be it your group of friends, the peers you hang out with, the families you hang out with, your work group, those you relate to directly have a direct impact how you behave, how you interact with everyone else out there. And that is also the macro system theory that presupposes that the cultural context and the heritage a person comes of also has a way of shaping behavior. And then the ecosystem is that decision, that person, what it is that drives an individual. So, whichever system that a person finds more important and more relevant will shape how they engage. This is more peculiar to the youth, to the adolescents, than it is to the elders. Now let me go to the systems issue. Most diasporan associations we have here overtax themselves, overlabor themselves for unnecessary relevance. We have associations that have 501c non-profit status, yet they overtax individuals within the association to actually be able to survive. With that type of system, the youths will not engage. The youths will never engage in any system that overtaxes the members to sustain the viability of such organization. Systems that leverage their status. The 501c status allows you to reach out to corporate organizations, government organizations, to be able to sustain what it is that is a charitable part of you. So when you let go of that and begin to overtax individuals, especially the youths, in today's advent of social media and technology, they are not coming. So that's one particular aspect of it. Now, I will drive back to the organizational issue. Most of the same organizations we see do not collaborate. Majority, if not all of them, are running a parallel race.
Lack of knowledge in our community that are about tax incentive, and you are talking about overtaxation, especially of the youth, and that is pushing them away from participating in them. So, in your opinion right now, what is the solution? Can you provide solution, please?
Thank you. The issue he talked about is making use of the city government. My issue is organizations overtaxing the youths to survive. I'm actually in agreement with the deputy mayor that these organizations should be making use of the tax system, making use of the city government, and making use of corporate America to survive. So this other solution is based on what I've enumerated so far. There is a need for the coalition, because those that agree, like today, you see so many Nigerian youths doing business, being active in this community. We have the DJ Good Noise and his conglomerate. We have Hyman Studios. We have We for We TV. We have IC Magazine. We also have the Gossip TV, which is the reason why we're here today. Those are...
all these are youths propelled.
That is correct. Those are youths using what they know best, technology, to advance the cause of everyone within the community. They have single-handedly revolutionized how people interact or how people help each other. I think that's the new way to do things, to motivate the youth for something better. And also, getting involved in the city politics. Before they play it organizational, I think it is very plausible that youths or adults should get involved. Wherever you live, the local politics of the moment, you should be part of it. As the deputy mayor rightly pointed out, and as Sir rightly pointed out, if you are not involved, one decision alone can wipe out your whole inheritance. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me talk to Dr. Alfonso Isee-cvic. I know that you are in the academics. You were at SS County College at the time. And your focus seemed to be on college choice processes. I know that you have, for your PhD, you did work on college choice process with special interest in Nigerian American students, their college selection process and its effect on their success. Can you give us a little bit more on your background, where you started from, where you are right now, degree-wise and all that? So take it from there and then tell us why you chose that particular topic to work on for your doctorate.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I come from a background where I got motivated by learning to be successful, in that I was the first child of a petty trader in Nigeria who loves education. Given his desire to make his children best amongst equal, I was driven to pursue my education to what we now know as terminal education. I had my high school education at Holy Ghost College, Owerri, and as you all know, the most successful, and when I say successful, I mean sustained success, are teachers. Hence, I had also a training in teaching field before I proceeded to teach at Ibeku High School, or Anglican High School in Umuahia. Not even being carried away by the money aspect of it, I still had that ambition to further my education to where it could take me. Hence, I came on here to pursue my golden flame. Here I studied accounting in my undergraduate at Rutgers University, where I further proceeded to do my MBA at Fairleigh Dickinson. And I love diversity. I don't channel my success on one path of the journey. I always diversify because I don't know where the future might lead me. Hence, after I finished my MBA, I started studying for my certificate exam that landed me with Samuel Klein and Company CPAs in Newark. After a couple of years with Samuel Klein and Company, I decided to change my career to higher education with regards to being an educator. So my background in education is two-pronged. I have a double major degree from City Hall University with my PhD in higher education, leadership, management and policies. And to back that up, I also did something in administration, which we call college students process administration.
I think that is the area where I'm interested in. Give us a little bit more on that topic and expatiate so that we relating it to how Nigerian youths and African youths can better benefit from such information.
Okay. I love to do my presentations and also teach with interaction. So hoping that the audience don't mind, I will be engaging you just as I would also like you to benefit from what I would share. I would think we all here have either children, relatives, or friends that we do encourage in their aspirations. If I may ask, what do you do? Because the presentation I'm making tonight, and I wish there are enough of them, is to really tap into what parents do to motivate their children to succeed in life. So amongst us, anybody could take a question. What do you do to encourage your child to make sure that it's not only about going to school, but it succeeds at the end? Could have the microphone. I would like to tell you that the decision to attend college and also selecting which school that you go to is the most important social and economic decision we make in our life. Maybe we know that, or maybe we don't. College is so important because college graduates, why it is good to go to college when you compare those with education and those that may have a shortfall, and this argument could be challenged anyway because there's some people that do not have college background but they still do very well. Just wanted to make that
distinction. Yeah, you're right. So because we don't want to give people the impression that
only going to college.
Yeah, only going to college can help you succeed. We can talk about few people who never saw who never fully graduated from colleges or higher institutions and that they are doing well. But without cutting you off, complete your...
Yes, so going to college really gives us what we call higher lifetime earnings, as opposed to if you didn't go to college, depending on what your opportunity to be involved in. And like I said before, this is disputable. However, we find out that most people that go to college, tendency is that they commit less crime as opposed to those that didn't go to college. And they also have higher civic engagements. And what I mean by that is you see a lot of them engage in politics, government, etc. Okay, I wouldn't go into much detail because this is a research that brought me to where I have is a very big booklet, but I trimmed it down to only 8 slides. But that 8 slides will cover a lot. So that's really the introduction, why we really choose to go to college. Now, what is the significance of this topic that I'll be sharing tonight? Particularly for Nigerian American students.
Yes, that is exactly where I wanted to touch. In your experience with students, how much more can they benefit from making these choices that you're talking about, considering the fact that our youths don't have all that information, especially not from the parents who probably don't have that information themselves. So please, in like 2 minutes, can you just give us a breakdown?
So the significance of this topic is really to help our students guide their path to college. And when we say college here, let me define. We're talking about 2-year college, which is community college, 4-year college, and also the schools that have like MBAs and PhD, which will be the postgraduate schools. So college does not necessarily mean undergraduates. It includes also community college. And when we talk about community college, you find what we call non-traditional students. Non-traditional could be those that are above college age, like over 21. They might have dropped out of high school and went back to work. After a while, they know they need to go to college, then they go back to college. They work and study. We call them non-traditional students. The traditional students would be those students that I will be really focusing tonight. That would be when your child gets into kindergarten, first grade, second grade. That is when they start already thinking about going college. And here, parents' need is very, very critical.